Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
Watch out with that sword, Kim. I'm kind of scared.
Careful.
I have no band-aids
Keep
left.
the pointy end away. I should grab my hobbit sword. I have Sting somewhere. I'm like looking around here like, oh, I'm so disorganized. I'm just kidding. I think he's in the drawer in the other room. But anywho, guys, we're going to be watching more of The Witcher today. We are on episode 7 of season 1. This one is called Before a Fall.
I always scream.
I just immediately think sleeping, and when you fall and you just react like when you're falling in a dream.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I doubt that's it.
I do that so much. Just jerk.
It's so crazy because it happens to so many, but like I get annoyed sometimes when I do that because I'm like, really? Because it like startles me. And I'm like,
Yeah, Whoa. Yeah.
So Before a Fall, I think that might have to do with what happened last episode with Yennefer and Geralt breaking up. That was pretty devastating. I'm hoping that's not truly the end. I mean, right now they're separated, but maybe they'll have to come together to help each other.
Oh, maybe. I hope so.
I hope so.
Sure.
I hope they find Ciri because she doesn't know who to trust. She doesn't know who to turn to.
And now she lost Dara, right?
Dara's gone.
Yes,
too.
yeah.
I forget what he said, but he said something hateful, and he just stormed away, which is awful.
He has to do his own thing too because he can't follow her.
Mm-hmm.
And that wee guy died.
I know, I love calling him the wee guy. Wee. But it's a little bizarre because he died, but then he didn't die, right? Because there was another one.
Yeah, then there was another one. Guys, what's going on?
Yeah, and you probably told us,
in the
but
tavern.
we are early on Patreon by a week or more, so we do listen to you guys, but we're just delayed because we're ahead in our reactions, that's all, by like a couple episodes. So what the heck's going on there? We don't look up anything, so you can tell we're pure, because most times we're like confused.
We're clueless.
And we ask you guys for assistance, so thank you. But I really do like these different stories taking place, and last episode was a lot of fun. I love that story. You have teams going out to find a dragon. I'm like, God, there's different kinds of dragons.
Yeah.
You have this human who was the gold dragon, like what?
And and one of the teams
wise.
was the dragon, was the golden dragon.
And the fact that he could turn into a human and prophesize things, like he could actually tell Geralt and Yennefer they weren't going to work out, and then she was going to die or something, and it's like, oh God. And so they really seem like they're meant to be together, but yet fated to yes and then not.
Yes.
It's hard.
And I wonder why. Maybe
And
something has to happen before they get back together.
Find Ciri.
Oh, yeah.
Ciri.
That's
Now,
it.
a few of you guys have told us that, we have different timelines going on, and Geralt is pretty old, and so is Yennefer. Like, that was a very long time ago when she was her original self learning to be a witch by many generations. So she's like very, like, I think a few hundred years old or something.
Oh, okay.
I think, just to give you an idea. So I could be wrong. You guys will clarify that for us more. But
I thought it was like 50 years or something like that.
yeah, I think it's more.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
She looks
but
great for that age.
yeah,
doesn't
just
she?
like with
Jeez.
Lord of the Rings, because that's what I compare to, where you have like elves that are thousands of years
Right, because
old.
she is,
right.
she's half elfish, right?
Different universe though, but yeah, like I'm not saying that they all go by those laws or rules, but maybe elves do live a whole lot longer, because other witches do too. I mean, her teacher was still alive. I mean, who knows what timeline that was though, because that was before she met Geralt, I think. So interesting stuff, guys. But I think we are, for how complicated this is, like I think we are really following it, especially with your information,
Yes, and for not reading the books or the game. Yeah, I think
which I do want to play the
What do you
game
think,
now.
Mom?
I've seen the game a lot on TV, like not recently, but in the past, and I have seen it in stores, and I'm like, ooh, it looks kind of like a fun game because I love open world fantasy games. So,
And Jaskier, what's going on with him? He's going to be gone?
yeah, that's really freaking sad.
right,
So
yes.
they have that perfect balance too, where they're so opposite, but they need each other.
They
I mean, that's
sure
the
do.
feeling I get from that, and I hope that is short-lived. I love Yennefer and Geralt together, but I really love Geralt and Jaskier more, and their breakup was
That's
harder
really
for
good,
me.
yes.
Like, I think that was really sad. So I want them to get together. Hopefully, even in this episode, we'll see.
I hope so.
Too.
Because, he let Jaskier go, and then Yennefer let him go. So
That's right.
Like, okay, guys.
Yeah, because Geralt
Someone's got to get back together.
let Jaskier go because they already broke up.
Yes.
Him and Yennefer. So I think he was just so mad at everything that he was just like he wanted to be alone and not feel anything anymore. No.
Oh, nice.
And I want to see more gold dragons.
That's right, and that golden egg.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I want to learn more. So, shall we, ladies?
Yes, we
let's do
shall.
Woohoo! 107. Violence, sex, nudity, language, gore, smoking. Everything mom loves.
Smoking. Oh my God.
Where would you be headed?
Oh, young lady.
Ooh, I hope they don't cut off fingers or hands.
This place isn't safe if you're alone.
And it's the same as every other place.
Sad.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, I was just trying to warn you.
Jaskier would love this. He'd be singing a song.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Maybe not. Wow.
Wow, look
go
at
all
how
that
long.
Oh my gosh.
You've come for your child of surprise.
I want you to tell me that he's safe and healthy so I can keep on writing.
He is a girl. Why do you think she's not safe?
I saw an army making camp at the Emerald Pass. A sea of black and gold. Were you followed?
No.
And then when it growls. Shadow monster.
What's that? Yeah.
It's a trap.
Huh.
Darth Vader. Oh.
Uh-oh.
You want me?
Huh.
Wow.
Huh.
Oh, transport.
So the queen did that?
I want reports from the ML Pass every hour.
Whoa. That sucks.
I warned you about coming back.
I'm here to protect the girl.
Who I've raised as
came
my
back?
own.
But if you have any doubt in your mind that she's safe here, give her to me. If Ciri survives, then Pavetta lives on too.
Oh, anywhere but here. Back in your home.
Watch yourself.
Where do you get a piece like this?
Come with me.
I hope she means
Got
well.
one more thing to buy,
Yeah.
and then we'll make room on Clip and Clop.
Clip
Be
and
home by
Clop.
dark, but we're safer when we stick together.
She can just take it.
Oh boy.
No. I don't blame him for not trusting, though. I mean, look how far... If this is after Mousak.
He may take you, but you will always be mine. I need you to be brave now, because who are you?
The Lion Cub of Cintra.
Pleased to meet you, Princess.
Oh, she's so terrified.
I'll summon you when she's ready.
Yeah, it really makes him look like the bad guy.
I know.
Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Huh.
Ah,
Then you lie to me.
it's not her.
You're sentencing her to death.
What did I miss?
Nothing. Get him out of my sight.
Good luck.
I need your promise you won't come back.
So it's all they're doing. Ooh!
Are you
Both
serious?
sides?
Whoa.
So he really did honor it.
He did.
Even though it's 12 years later, but still. It was fated to be that way. Oh!
Oh, okay.
Awkward.
A man of principle.
Wow. That's a face. You hate it that much?
Only because I have taste buds.
Sometimes boring is better. Come on.
She gets right into his face.
Yeah.
Because I may be missing you.
It's not too late for what we talked about in the cave. You could go somewhere with, I don't know, 2 types of ale.
I mean, look at you. You could have anyone.
I have. And it was fun. We wanted
But no one's ever seen that but me.
I wonder if this is before Geralt or after.
I'm thinking it's after.
I spent years waiting for this moment where you realize we're meant for each other. You went after the thing you loved. Sorry you chose power. At least you kept your eyes.
Everything else changed.
His loss.
Ew.
Well, I want Nilfgaard is conscripting mages like us into their service. We should go before those lads start asking questions.
Go where?
Deja vu.
Let's talk.
Where's Tisea?
Tisea can wait.
Fine, I'll just follow the sound of crying girls.
She has no idea you're here.
Do you know how many people wouldn't blink? Few died.
Let me out!
Sometimes the best thing a flower can do for us is die.
That was so horrible when she said that.
Mm.
You should have let me die.
You're losing it.
What the hell's going on in here? We were studying botany. Fuck that old bag.
Oh, her poor face.
This was my room.
Yes.
The mirror's still there, the same one.
Miss Hull says never to mix herbs.
Think for yourselves.
Now, what is she doing to them?
Don't worry, Lola. You'll look like that too.
They're drunk.
Nobody starts off that way.
Seem like they are.
Secret. Whatever you lack in talent.
Oh, don't dump them in there.
Yeah, right.
Turn them into eels.
Just because you fucked it up doesn't mean we will. With all the magical talent of shoe leather, you'll have a home here forever.
Oh no.
With my sisters who never ascended.
That's so messed up. Finally. What's happening?
Triss!
Oh, she's there too.
Yennefer!
All those years of swinging his sword around were years he wasn't serving as a mage.
Or killing babies born at an eclipse.
They could save Cintra.
If Cintra falls, who cares?
I care, because our kingdoms will be next.
We know that if we take Cintra, we have a chance of saving it.
If only Yennefer had gone to Nilfgaard. With her at the helm, they'd still be a shitty backwater.
You're right.
You don't get a vote.
If I did, I'd vote to burn it all down.
There you have it.
It's true. Cintra has chosen to turn its back on us.
All those in favor of letting Cintra continue fending for themselves.
Oh, that, yeah, they're so like on separate sides.
Why would I protect this?
If you will not do it for the Brotherhood, then do it for me. Please.
So we're gonna see them now intervene, but they still took over.
He's like, you're ruining my meditation.
He's like, all this is because you didn't let me see her,
Oh.
take her.
She is out there. Then there is still hope for her.
What is it?
It's time.
God, with giving everyone poison. And
Yes.
This will be insane if all the mages are there too, besides him, like Yennefer and stuff. Like they're all right there.
I can't do this without you.
We must go, Your Highness.
You have to.
We must go, Your Highness.
That poor guy's short-lived. The guard.
I know, yes.
Please don't show it. Oh, he did see it that close. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
Ooh.
freaking close.
She took off too fast.
Okay, that's for sure, yeah.
Tell me what I want to know and you'll live.
Ew, ew, slow, ew, ew.
Where is Cirilla?
Watch for the signs. What signs these shall be, I say.
Don't stick your... Ooh.
God.
Oh.
Little chatty. Joe for your hair there, girl.
My gosh, I was thinking that.
It's deceiving.
Bunch bunch of them. It's like
Oh
3.
no, a bunch of people.
Oh my gosh.
You made it out. You're all right.
I told you it was
Don't believe it.
Oh, I don't know.
Nilfgaard's looking for you.
Great.
I'm willing to pay a barrel of orange, too.
The only thing special about you was the fucking crown on your head.
Oh boy, oh no. Come on.
She's gonna scream.
Oh.
Leave the horse alone.
The time of the white chill and the white light is nigh.
Oh, come on!
Wow, what did
Oh, I was like, oh crap, what's gonna happen there? That was freaky. That poor horse. Hopefully the horse will survive.
Oh god.
Horse did nothing. Man, so we only have one more episode left to complete the season, and I just feel like there's so much to tell. And again, you guys warned us that they're only barely touching the surface of this universe. It gets really complicated, but
I can only imagine what we're not. Yeah.
I mean, it's a great story so
Delving in.
far, and even it like skipping around, it's fun. You guys knew right away that we were back in the past in Cintra before.
Yes, because Mousek is no longer, and we knew
That's
that
right,
it
isn't
wasn't
it?
we.
So Geralt was there the whole time. Like, he was that close. He wanted to go save her. I mean, 12 years later,
Yeah.
but maybe he was just fated because he, that was hard for him. He didn't want to go like, here, I'm taking a baby with me, because his lifestyle is kind of tough. And I think 12 years later probably was the right time for him to go back. It was just meant to be
That's
then.
right, yes.
But the queen also, like, really tried to push him away.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
tried to
he's-
warn her that Nilfgaard is coming and have her come with me. And she wouldn't do it. She fooled him.
Even the law of surprise in the beginning, when her husband, at that time, early fiance, I guess, even before that, he was even encouraging the law of surprise. Like, you have to be for destiny. And tried to argue that with her, debate it with her. And she was always very standoffish with it, because even with her son-in-law, the hedgehog guy, she even is still so demeaning about him, calling him the hedgehog guy, and she can't let it go. She gets very spiteful, and I get wanting to keep her only heir, and she loves her, and she's holding her daughter like this
Yes,
true
it's
sadness.
the only part of her daughter.
Yeah, so I can't even imagine, but the law of surprise, like, you all know that bad things will happen if you try to make it not happen. So for her to really push Geralt away like that, and he really tried to get back to Ciri. He to the last second, they just missed each other. She escaped, and
They did.
Like,
That's
that was
right, yeah.
amazing. But he was caged, and that's why he also was prolonged, because he couldn't do anything in there. Although he did get the guard pretty easy after he was meditating, but then he just easily grabbed the guard and was able to get out.
Did what he had to get out of there.
He might have been waiting for the perfect moment, unfortunately, then, because the Nilfgaardians taking over were able to distract all the guards, so it was easy to leave at that point.
Yeah, and if he wasn't caged, he probably would have had her, and she would be with him now.
Oh, sure,
Safe and
definitely.
sound.
Yeah. Unless, being complicated, it was always fated, unfortunately, to be like this, where if he
To
tried
go
to
through this.
escape before, he would have been attacked by all the queen's guards. So I don't even know. I mean, he doesn't want to just do bloodshed to do it. Like, he wants to take Ciri, but I don't think he would kill people just to kill, to get to her. So him being caged, and then the Nilfgaardians being the bad ones taking over, gave him the perfect opportunity to kill the bad, to try to get to Ciri, but it didn't happen.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, and if he wasn't caged, if he wasn't in a cell, he could have went after Mousek, because, he was another one that was helping the queen,
And that's
get
what
him away
stinks
from
too.
Ciri. Yeah.
Because it seems like they were good friends before that, being so chummy before she was born. And so many things happen, and they all care for Ciri. And he did, I guess, disappear for 12 years, and maybe he was spiteful because of that. And he also cares a lot for his queen. So for him to actually be down there to meet up with Geralt in the beginning of the episode, a bunch of people ambushed them to take out the Witcher. Like, that was crazy.
Yes.
I was like,
Oh,
really,
yes.
Mouse
Wasn't
you would do that? So for Geralt to react that way, that's why he survived for so long, because he sees these guards, and then you hear whispering or something, then he turns and they're gone. And I'd be like, all right, because I'm naive. He knows a lot more
Yeah, I
about
thought it
this
was
world
like
than
some
me,
kind of
though.
monster.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, they
Okay,
disappeared, so maybe he's just
shadows.
imagining this, and there's some other darkness that we're not sure of yet. and he reacted, went right out to Mousak and like held him up with a knife, and then that drew out everybody else. So he had to act that way. If he didn't do it, he would have probably been killed. I mean, he's a great fighter, but still. So that sucks to that Mousak did that to him. But yeah, so Geralt was really close to meeting Ciri, and I was kind of wondering, we now know that he met Ciri before, but being close to the Queen, seeing him at that ball, you know, them all together, I was surprised that they met before, because originally I thought that she heard about him and really heard great things about him. So in a desperate attempt to, you know, help out Ciri, she's like, you have to go find him. He's the only one who could protect you. But it's way more involved than that. And to be so intertwined, where yet so close but so far, really is hard. And Ciri now doing the spell at the end,
wow,
that was very impressive. And it was similar to what the mom did, right? When the Queen tried to kill her loved one.
Her love, yes.
Yeah. And she did that weird chant thing. So that was really creepy, and no one could do anything. Like, even Mousak was trying to get to her, and even Geralt, like, he was drinking potions trying to get to her, right? So she was really powerful. So now she's showing signs of that, because we've seen the screaming. But this is like,
and she only uses it in desperation.
That's right.
And she can't really control it seems like.
And those boys were the same boys that she was playing the game with when the decoy came to her and said, Your Honor, your princess, or whatever.
That's right, yeah.
And she took off. So those must be the same boys that she was playing with then and saying, how could you do this to me? But they're probably in desperation. They've probably been, you know, they have to steal, they have to survive, and they can get a good price for her now with the Nilfgaardians.
Sure.
It's so terrible, because it's worse for Ciri now, because, yeah, she's a princess and she has a better life for sure, and all these people are struggling, but here she trusts all these people, and they were her friends, and for them to like, go outright and say, like, you're nothing to us, we can use you for cash, live or die, I don't care. Like, that
yeah,
really
and we were
sucks.
only friends with you because of the crown.
Yeah, like, you're only special because of that. Like, that sucks. So
it does.
now it's really dangerous for her, and hopefully, I don't know, I mean, hopefully she doesn't kill them there, but she needs to survive somehow. But I'm wondering what true extent of her power is. Like, how strong is she? Like,
yeah, and we won't be able to find out to the finale and see what happened to them.
And now, rewinding and going to Yennefer, I know now it's similar to this storyline, to this timeline. But before, when she met up with Estrid again, I was kind of like, oh, wow, okay, well, he's back in the picture, because we don't know anything about the world. When we saw the first episode, second episode, I thought that was going to be a long time thing, because they were really in love with each other, but they both screwed each other over, haha. But I really thought they were going to connect, and it wasn't going to be Yennefer and Geralt that got together and really fell in love.
Yeah.
So I don't know if her meeting with Estrid, you know, after last episode was after that timeline, but I'm assuming it has to be, because that would make more sense. And then she just wanted to reconnect because she was so heartbroken by Geralt.
Yes, and I think she just automatically thought he was going to go right back to her because she's so beautiful now. But that's not what he wanted. That's not what's important to him anymore. It's his findings and his work. And I think in that moment, he truly was telling her, I really fell in love with you prior to your change. And that's not what I'm looking for now. I'm not just going to come right back to you.
Yeah. That's what's really hard for him. And I think that's sweet to be like, you know, he loved the true her, like the true person, and she changed herself just to be accepted and stuff. And
she didn't change her eyes.
Yeah, so she has her eyes, which is good. But that was really sad to hear, and she even looked away, like she kind of regretted that. And I know she does, because she doesn't have a uterus anymore. She can't bear children. But for Estrid to actually leave, that really shows that he was very heartbroken. Like, he did wrongs too. He lied, he deceived her, and then he tried to patch it up, but it just wasn't good. So I'm glad it didn't really work out, because it didn't in the first place, wasn't meant to be, and he walked away, and I felt bad. But yeah, so I wonder exactly where she was during this whole battle, because they were debating and saying, like, if we should help them out, because if they take over Cintra, they're going to start taking over other kingdoms. And Tissia actually asked Yennefer, like, you know, do it for me, help me out, please help me out. Like, to see her more humanized, where she's not like this tyrant. Like, she was so scary as a teacher, letting people get tortured, those new students in her room, like her burnt
Oh, that's
face,
right, yeah.
and
Ooh.
that was probably most likely from lessons, and she had
Yes,
to learn
and
the
they
hard way.
weren't, and they
Lightning.
didn't have any magic to them. They had nothing in them. They had nothing. They were humans completely.
They were
had
muggles.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Yennefer, I mean, she had a traumatic past in many ways, unfortunately. Poor thing. And
Yes.
like horrible with the witchcraft, and she was great at it, but it took a long time, and her teacher, man, like that's rough. And now having these students in there and messing with them because she's like releasing some anger that she has. I was like, oh God, I hope she doesn't do anything to them. But I'm happy she didn't, because she's not really like that. I mean, she is very scary and powerful, but she won't just take it out on these kids that don't know better.
But if Thistle didn't come back,
yeah, they might have ended up in that pool, because I was kind of like, oh, well, you're not going to
I'm wondering how far she would have went. Yeah.
Yeah, that did actually make me question, like, I don't know. But we were right about that, because I debated when they turned into eels, what was that, the second episode? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, is this like a forever thing? Because Tissia was kind of like proud when Yennefer pushed her friend as a eel into the pool. And then she was like, okay, see, you're going to go places because you sacrificed your friend and you understand that you're at a higher level than they are. And I was like, did they just make a whole bunch of human, like, magic juice with, like, when they turn into eels? Like, that's so freaking messed up. It's, like, insane. But, yeah, so we have one more episode left. I really just hope that Geralt and Ciri meet up. That's going to suck if they don't.
I hope so.
Ciri, like, being on her own, I really wanted to trust that woman that kept coming up to her, but look at all the betrayal she had. I mean, now even with her friends, her old friends that playing games with, like we talked about. Then with Mousak, not actually as Mousak. Like, she full-on trusted him, and it wasn't him, but
she
how
did.
could you
So now
tell?
she's done. She's
has
done
to
trusting
protect.
anyone.
She has to protect herself to survive. I mean, what a harsh world to live in. Whew, so can't wait to watch more.
I know. You know that negotiating table when they were talking about how they're gonna, do this battle? That table looked like a golden egg.
I didn't even notice that, really.
I didn't notice
It
that.
did.
either.
It looked like the golden
Was it
egg.
round or was
I
it
was like,
oval?
oh my God, it was oval.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
totally
oh
didn't
my
notice
God.
that.
You noticed that sight?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool seeing all the mages together. Like, they all came together
Yes.
to discuss this. Do we actually help defend Cintra? Do we just let it go? And many were for just letting it go, which is scary to me. But maybe they thought the army was just too big, that they didn't want to, like, get anyone injured, or I don't know. But, yeah, so war is going to take over now, and a lot to tell next episode, so I'm sure it's going to continue on in the second season. But I really just hope they meet up. I hope Geralt and Ciri.
I do too.
I hope
They've
so. I
got
hope
to.
so.
They've got
have
to.
to.
And I want
After all this
Yennefer
time.
to get back with Geralt too.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to have a song in there. So
Yeah, just
we got.
it might be good for him to be away, because I'm afraid that, I know he's a main character, kind of side character, but I don't want him to get injured or anything like God with a djinn. But yeah, I
he's
want
so
him back.
good.
Just keep him safe, Geralt, but we
he's
want him back. So I think we'll end it there, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out our Patreon to see videos up to a week or more early, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys!
Bye.